Did you guys see Michael Eric Dyson? What did you guys think about Michael Eric Dyson talking about Kendrick and Drake? We have a clip right here for people who haven't seen it. I'll put it on.
Yeah, play it. Damn, am I about to have to cuss out?
Maybe.
Here's Michael Eric Dyson. Hold a second.
Let's get my squint ready.
Share screen. Oops, share screen. Share screen. Share. And share screen.
I remember I worked at Fox Sports and there was a big argument between DeMarco Farr. You remember Brian Cox? Yeah, because DeMarco Farr walked away. We're like, are you cool? And he said to us, man, fuck him. He's half. And I was like, that exists? Like there was a whole
internal. Oh yeah, Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Most people would acknowledge Kendrick as genius, but not Drake, right? Drake is commercially viable. He's a monster. He sells records. But is he as deep? There's
a genius to that, though.
Oh, come on, bro. You understand that. Drake is being indicted by Kendrick Lamar implicitly and explicitly, not like us. The song is the song, whatever you think about it. But the notion itself, big distinction, us versus them. And they're trying to de-black Drake, right? Oh, he's not really black because he grew up in Canada. I grew up in Compton. Bro, you're reducing blackness to Compton? Did you not know that black people fled America going to Canada to escape the iron tyranny of enslavement? And he ain't black. His daddy is black. He went to Memphis every summer. The Memphis Horns fill his music, the first albums Drake made. His grandmama babysat Aretha Franklin. Really? And his uncle is Larry Graham from Sly and the Family Stone. How much, what black card he got to show? And on his album, Damn, that won the Pulitzer Prize, I like to remind the acolytes of Mr. Lamar that he says, I ain't black, don't call me black no more, because he was in the Black Hebrew stuff. And Drake said, light skin, but still a dark N-word. So I'm saying, that's your God? So to me, yeah, that still exists. You're not as black as me. You're not as righteous as me. What did he say? You're not a colleague, you're a colonizer. What other figure in black music has ever been called a colonizer? Because he experiments widely with music. Kendrick, who put you on tour first? Oh, it was a guy named Drake. So this inability to not only have gratitude for where you came from, but to understand blackness is far deeper and more exhaustive than any one nationality or race or people can make it.
Open floor.
I'm about to have to fry him. Oh, first of all, I first want to start with the part about Kendrick Lamar saying he's an Israelite. I don't think he was talking from first person experience. Like, I don't think he was saying, I'm Kendrick Lamar, don't call me Black no more. I'm pretty sure that verse was him, like he was speaking as a character in that verse. I have to go back to it just to make sure. But I don't think Kendrick Lamar really meant, I'm an Israelite, don't call me Black no more. So for him to just haphazardly say, because he was going through his old Black Hebrew thing, the dismissiveness of the Black Hebrew thing, while also saying don't be dismissive of the different types of blackness, was hypocritical and a little bit infuriating. You reducing blackness down to Compton. That was a straw man. I don't think that Kendrick said I'm Black because I'm from Compton. So just because he is from Compton, you deciding to say you're reduced, like that was annoying as fuck. I thought he would make some sort of better argument than this. Kendrick never said blackness was reduced down to Compton. So why did you even say that and act like you made some sort of deep point? The Black people that moved to Canada are not the people that Drake descends from. So bringing up the fact that some Black people fled to Canada, those are the people who ended up inventing hockey, by the way, and they also ended up dealing with some other type of institutional racism that I can't really remember right now because my blood is a little bit boiling after listening to all of that shit. It doesn't matter that some Black people went to Canada because those are not the Black people that Drake descends from, which you already know because you brought up his Black dad that is in Memphis, which is not the Black people in Canada. So that didn't make no fucking sense. Did he reduce blackness down to Sly and Family Stone? Did I fucking hear that? Did I hear him reduce it down to being related to a famous Black artist?
And that was Franklin.
And don't forget Babysitter too.
Babysat. Baby set also makes me mad as shit. Thank you for bringing that back up. Oh no, not baby set Aretha Franklin. You mean kind of like how all types of our ancestors babysat all type of children that they did not acquire the same status as? Wink, wink, hint, hint. Remember that? Drank from the tit of a black slave, but that person was still a slave and you grew up to have a different status from them. When does babysitting now give you some sort of status? Which reminds me, I learned something really cool in Virginia. Side note, I was in class and they were telling us about how there was a time early on when a slave would have a baby by a free person and that baby would be free. And they actually changed the law so that the baby became the status of the mother instead of the father because too many free people was raping slaves. Complete sidebar. So I think everything that he said was a little ridiculous. And I would like to put the cherry of offense on top of who you talking to explaining this? Who is that white man? Who's that man? He looked a little familiar. Who was that? Who was that man?
Jay Moore. He's a comedian. Jay Moore.
Why are you?
I didn't even peep that at first, but I'm glad you said it. I didn't even peep who you was talking to at first, but okay.
Hated it. Hated it. Now, with that being said, there is some truth to in groups, out groups. I talk about that. Biracial people struggle with their blackness, and then there could be some sort of, oh, you're exiling him by saying he's not black enough. But then you would have to put it in the context of what's going on, which is a rap battle. You know, similar to how we just talked about fucking King passing the blunt to his shirt. Rap battles can get a little testy. They look for your buttons and try to push them. So I don't think he was really saying everybody who I know that's mixed race is now not black anymore. I don't think that's what he was saying at all. So I think, like, you know what? I thought Yachty was rage baiting, but now I see I wasn't even enraged because now I'm experiencing true rage bait because that was some bullshit. And I feel like all of those layers of bullshit I called out, I missed like 10. A couple of them I couldn't hold on to as I caught the other ones. So I hated that. I'm going on mute. That was terrible.
That was succinct though. 1 second pause.
I hope Kendrick fry your ass. I hope he fried it. I know he's seen it. I want you to know Kendrick saw that shit. He saw it. He gonna fry that shit out your ass.
Yeah. Don't forget, you rapping like you're trying to get the slaves free.
Hello.
I just throw that out there too.
And did he bring up I'm light skinned, but I'm still a dark nigga as a plus?
He did.
Right.
Yeah, he brought that up. Yeah. Yeah.
I know Michael Eric Dyson had to feel personally offended at some point throughout this battle.
Yeah, I felt that too. It's personal offense.
Well, I also wonder at which point he felt personally attacked because allegedly, weird case, full on investigation into this man for weird cases involving students. And so, yeah, obviously he's being outwardly dense and obtuse to Kendrick's point, but I feel like he was parroting a lot of the talking points surrounding the beef too. A lot of people were like using the straw man of like, oh, so light-skinned people can't be black. And it's like, no, like he said he didn't like the way you said nigga, right? And he's like, it's not even really that deep. I just don't like the way. Like he was almost speaking to the culture conversation. Like, hey, we're having a conversation here and you're kind of outside of that. You've always been trying to get into this kind of Black American specific culture. Like that's also what, not just Compton, but like a Black American specific culture that like from the outset of Drake's career was quite literally like mimicking the way that Southern Black artists were speaking and et cetera, right? And like Kendrick was not calling into Drake's he was not calling into question Drake's blackness, in my opinion. I think that he gave us a history lesson on the third verse of Not Like Us, talking about the settlers, talking about like leading all the way up into you're not a colleague, you're a colonizer, that like he totally missed that point. There also just was questions of corruption, feeding gambling to the children. Again, the weird cases. And like, I know a lot of people were like, once you do the pedo thing, it's like repeat 3DO, whatever. It's over. It's like, well, you definitely don't want to be the person parsing through like a FIBA file and like these. Well, technically, if they're adolescent or pre-adolescent, bro, like if word around is that like you just kind of like them barely, whatever, like that's still creepy. It's still weird. Like even if it's not like technically illegal, it's still fucking creepy and weird. And so I don't know from which front he felt like, hey, don't come for the big guy that has like allegations against him. But I don't like the dismissiveness of Kendrick's point, and he just seemed to not have a fundamental understanding of the rap beef or fully listen to the songs or fully, like, it just seems like he already had a pre-chosen horse in this race and was upset that Drake got embarrassed the way that he did.
What do you think, so?
No, I just had to look up Meet the Grams real quick, because I do remember him referring to his own son as a black man. So,
yep.
I don't know. Never code switch, whether right or wrong. You're a black man. He said this to Adonis.
I mean, it's 2026. Like Michael Eric Dyson has been selling rap books lately. He's got a Tupac book out. He got a Jay-Z book. You know what I mean? I know there's got to be another rap book coming. And someone who's got like a catalog of books on sale on a topic. That's not the answer. That's not the anger and vitriol that I expected for someone describing someone who said something to someone in a fucking rap battle. Like,
exactly.
And it's not even like Dot just made this stuff up. Drake did a whole interview on Rap Radar talking about this. Scary Hours. He's got lines on Scary Hours on Diplomatic Immunity where he's like, I guess like, he's like black excellence, but I guess with me it ain't the same though. All goody or whatever he said. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a guy who raps about this. This is actually, to me, some charming stuff that showed vulnerability and who he was. Like, of course he's going to get flipped in a rap battle. I don't know who Michael Eric Dyson lost to in a cipher, but I know that shit is still sitting on his chest.
Okay. And like to Zoe's point, the rapping like you trying to get the slaves free was conveniently skipped over, but also the whipped and chained you like American slave. I will never get over him saying something like that. Why is that not being interrogated in terms of like Drake's weird relationship with blackness and black Americanness specifically?
Then he said, you called him a colonizer just because he liked to experiment with all different, so he stole a whole bunch of
experimentation.
He was just experimenting, he was just dibbling down and tasting all of it.
That's so funny.
He tried to act like.
Oh, God. All right, well, so I guess nobody's feeling what Michael Eric Dyson had to say.
And I knew he was going to piss me off, too. I tried to brace myself, but I just... the thing about me is sometimes I go into a hard squint, but when they go in reverse and they go to Buckeye, yeah, I'm about to cry. Went backwards. What's going on?
We'll take an applause. All right, well, that was all inspired by, again, ZZ Haloka. So thank you, ZZ. We'll take an applause.